Hello,
Hello,
Margot.
everyone. I am Margot Shaw, Editor-in-Chief of Flower, and I have the distinct pleasure of speaking with Jim Shreve, President and CEO of Baccarat North America. Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good morning, Margot. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, it's actually afternoon now in Birmingham, but where are you?
I'm in California, and I think it's morning.
You're 2 hours
Okay.
behind us, so I would say it's about 10:15 maybe out
Yes,
there.
exactly.
Well, as I was telling our director of marketing, I was going through your bio. I'd met you a couple of times in New York, but the biography was so long and so impressive that I thought, well, I'll just hit the highlights because otherwise I'll be here all day.
Because I'm so
And
old.
well, we have someone here who it seems that you started in retail early days at Nordstrom. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
that
In
is
the
correct.
men's, and you grew the brand and grew some stores, and then you went to Banana Republic, Gap,
That's correct.
and I thought it was interesting that you had been a part of the move and sort of transition from Safari Banana Republic to sportswear and chic men's and women's everyday wardrobe.
Yes. It was an amazing experience in one's career to be part of a brand that did a big shift at a time. And then we also had home at the time. So
Right.
little did I know I would end up back in home, but I was in merchandise planning for the home division as well for Banana Republic.
So yeah, I remember I loved Banana Republic Home. So
Yeah,
props to you. And so then you went to Fashionable,
that's correct.
the tailored men's clothes out of France, right?
Yes, it is based in the south of France, and I moved and lived in Nice, not speaking a word of French, and I ended up living in the south of France for 7 years.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, it was a very terrible assignment.
Awful. So you came out of that dark place. No, you came out of there and went to Diesel. Am I right?
Yeah, that's correct. And then I moved to Italy, and I lived in Veneto region for 3 years, and was with Diesel for a total of 5.
Oh my. And head of global merchandising or something. Is that right?
That's correct.
So then you have a few, I would say that you were uniquely positioned to move into where you are now, which is you're sort of the disruptor, would you say, at Baccarat? You've kind of, you're a fresh wind blowing through there. Let's put it gently like that.
I like fresh wind
Okay.
more than I like disruptor, because I have often questioned why someone doing something differently is a disruptor. And maybe it's just somebody who looks at things with a different eye or through a different lens.
And also, I would say disrupting is not necessarily a pejorative or a negative.
That's
You know,
correct.
some things need to be disrupted.
Yeah, we need
And
to shake things up in the world.
exactly. Well, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about my personal experience with Baccarat before I move along. And I have to say to everyone who's listening and to you as well, Jim, that first and foremost, Baccarat for me is art. Okay. Where I studied art history and interior design, this is a work of art. And the
Right.
fluting and it just is. And jewelry for your table is another way that I look at my Baccarat. And but it's also every day, because that's a move that we at Flower have been really trying to uh, perpetrate and encourage, is this elegance in the everyday. And that is how I view Baccarat. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the fact that I've been married twice. In my first marriage, 1981, my bridesmaids got together and gave me a Baccarat decanter. So, you know, I mean, even at a young age, my friends and I knew and appreciated the elegance and the quality, and so it's just fun to have that reference. And then the things that I have now, I use in the morning for orange juice. Some of my goblets, or just the decanter's still there, reflecting light. It's a work of art. So that's sort of my sentimental experience with Baccarat, but it does enrich my everyday life. And so I think that's something that we need to really focus on and amplify, because don't put it in your silver closet with all your, and don't put your silver in your silver closet either. Let's bring it all out.
We have to use it.
We do have to use it. So that is just a little bit of my experience. And I wanted to talk about your experience with what y'all are doing now. What's Baccarat into now?
So we are over a 255-year-old company. And I agree with you that we make art. And whether it's a butterfly, a glass, or a prestige piece, or a chandelier, it's art, because everything is handmade by artisans in France. Still, 100% of our collection is made by hand in Baccarat, France, at the original factory. About 26 years ago, I bought my first piece of Baccarat, and I bought 6 glasses because I love to have a dinner party. And I really, at the time, was inspired by Martha Stewart and the creativity that she was encouraging us to do, to think differently and to take ordinary and make it extraordinary. And what I started doing at 6 years ago was doing tabletop. I loved when I had people over of creating table and having jewelry on the table, as you say, and doing things very differently. And at the time, I could only afford 6 Baccarat glasses. And so I had to mix things. But it was really something that I had great appreciation for. Fast forward 26 years, and when I got this job at Baccarat, I had gone through a lot of evolutions, of course, in my style and in my thinking and my philosophies. And I was walking home my first week from Baccarat. I was walking down Madison Avenue to catch the subway home, and I walked past Ramova luggage. And I have Ramova, and I was like, what's so weird is I use my Ramova every day or with every trip, and it's expensive.
Yeah.
And I don't get upset if it looks like crap after one time because it's been banged up.
Yeah.
Yet I've had this Baccarat for 26 years, and I only keep it for dinner parties, and I keep it for special occasions. But one glass is a lot more inexpensive than a piece of Ramova. Why aren't I using this every day? And so I went home and I got rid of all my glassware, and I only focus on using my crystal, and I started using it every day. So whether for an orange juice in the morning, like you say, for a smoothie, or just for water, why are we not using this?
Right.
On to that is we all have nice watches, and we all have nice clothes, and we all have nice accessories, and we don't save these only for special occasions anymore. We have evolved as society to wear things. We wear a tuxedo jacket with jeans, and it's sportswear. Mm-hmm. So is our Baccarat glass our tuxedo, and our orange juice is a sportswear? Why are we not using it like this?
I love that. I love that analogy. It's perfect.
Yeah, we've really been focused on that in the last 4 years, and it's really been working. So, no one can give me an argument why they're not using it. They say it cracks or it breaks. It could crack or it could break, but so can your iPhone face.
Exactly. And so can your regular glass.
So can your regular glass.
I mean, I have wine glasses that break all the time, and not all the time, but they're not fine. I have, we'll just have people over, and really, I probably use my Baccarat more for every day than for festivities. And shame on me, I need to use it all the time. Hey, tell us about Harmony.
So Harmony is one of our. It's been a pattern for a very, very long time, and it's a very modern pattern. I believe it's been in the line for about 25 years, and it's in my opinion, is very modern, and it's very popular. It's one of our most popular. And recently, when we went into COVID lockdown and came out, and when we were experiencing the disruption with Black Lives Matter and protests throughout the world, I really, you know, I'm sensitive to different beliefs and sensitive to what messages companies send. And I believe that actions speak louder than words. And I was thinking, you know, in my life, I try and live in Pleasantville a little bit and live in a happy time where everyone can get along.
Me too.
And, you know, I don't read the news a lot. I don't pay a lot of attention to it because generally it's not happy news. And I was just thinking what we really need to do is bring happiness to the world, and we need to bring happiness to individuals. Sometimes we need to bring open minds as well. I can't bring an open mind, but we can bring harmony. And I thought, you know, it's so weird. We have this collection called Harmony. It's happy. You use it to have happiness in your life. So let's bring a little bit of happiness and harmony to ourselves and to our friends. And that it was just a light that went off in talking with my team, and hence now we're really focused on bring harmony as our message for the next couple months.
That is the hashtag now, right?
It is our
Hashtag bring harmony.
it
But
is our hashtag.
is it IE?
IE, yes, HARMONIE. And you know, Margot, this is a really fabulous collection for many different occasions. There are some decanters, there are some vases, but most popular are the tumblers. And these are fabulous water glasses and fabulous for orange juice or your whiskey. So
I so far everything I've seen I have coveted. And you don't know this, but my husband's an Episcopal priest, and he always gets on me about thou shalt not covet, and I can't help it, especially with Baccarat and all the things. Of course, I've focused more and more on it as we've approached this this conversation, and so it's been really it's been inspiring for me. And just a little sidebar here. I just would like to show everyone my clear eye vase here. And my husband's the gardener. I cut and arrange, and these are just hydrangeas from right outside. I didn't do anything. I just put water in and put them in there. I mean, it's so easy. This is one of the best apertures of any vase I've ever worked with. So.
And also the flowers are much happier living in Baccarat.
That I think that's true. And I also want to just point out my butterfly and my heart, my stylized butterfly and heart from the Reflections collection that are fun, and they're harmonious too. They're symbols of harmony and beauty and light. So I didn't even think about that. I'm loving those. So, okay. Now, I want to talk to you about your collaborations. You've got some interesting things going on. Tell us about it.
So most recently, the latest collaboration is with Virgil Abloh, who is the artistic director for Louis Vuitton. And he designed a collection with us, starting with a chandelier, a couple vases, and a glass. The glass is the only thing that's available at the moment. And it's kind of an adult Baccarat sippy cup. It's got a lid.
I love it.
And I think it's genius, and it's beautiful.
Agreed.
And it's fun to drink from. You could have it in your cup holder in your car and use it for whatever you want. But it's a really beautiful glass and has a very nice hand to it. It's quite large. It's about probably 7 inches tall. Mm-hmm. It's got a very nice weight to it. And the vase also ties back to the glass. He also designed a chain link, which he uses a lot in Vuitton. And it's a crystal chain link, which is extremely hard to make.
Ooh, so, I love that.
Stunning.
Yeah.
It's a really stunning collection. We also do a lot of work with chrome hearts. And this year, for the first time in our history, we have designed with chrome hearts an exclusive pattern that is only a chrome hearts pattern. And that will be launching later this year. Quite beautiful. Richard Stark and Thomas Bastide from Baccarat designed this collection. So it's really quite beautiful. And then we also have our first ever luxury cake truck, which we have a collaboration with Lady M. And Lady M has a cake truck that when the cake truck is parked and can serve to the public, we hang chandeliers from it, and the cake is served on Baccarat.
I I must go. I must see this. Where is it?
At the moment, it's in California. At the moment, it's in lockdown, like many of us.
Okay.
But once it gets out of lockdown, it will be rolling down the state, and we'll start to launch things in Northern California.
Let's have a party. I mean, oh my gosh. Please let us know. We're going to want to talk this up.
Absolutely.
And if I could, I would be there, but who knows
Hey,
what's
we
going to happen.
never know.
You don't ever know. That's true. So can you talk a little bit about what's coming up in the fall?
Yeah, so you are previewing and giving a little hint of black crystal. So you have the black crystal butterfly and the heart available, and we are calling this our reflections collection. We have done color extensions in the past. So the latest color extension will be black, and black crystal is very difficult to make. It has to get to a certain temperature. And before it gets to that temperature, if you don't get it hot enough, it'll be brown. And if you get it too hot, it won't be black. It'll fall apart. So it's a very difficult color to make. And we have the heart and the butterfly and some other pieces in black crystal. We're also doing a black eye vase in 3 sizes, which is quite beautiful as well. So
This
the
one?
vase in black,
Okay.
and that's a black lacquer. So it's actually an application in the middle that creates black, but also very difficult to do to keep the color. So we're really excited about the black. I think the black feels very modern. It's we do well with color, and we do a lot of black in the past, and we've gotten a lot of requests for it. So this is pretty exciting that we're launching it again right now.
And I love that because part of the beauty and the cachet of Baccarat is the timelessness of it. And when you bring looks back, there's a reason for that because they endure. Good design endures, quality endures, and but there's something about Baccarat. There's a story. You know, it just sounds like every piece has a bit of a story, and don't we all love story?
Yeah, I
You
think
know?
as you go through our collection, you can, whether it's our newest glass collection that was designed by a winemaker in California named John Charles Boisé, and the story that he created and why he created this glass, to Eric Levy and what went into a chandelier that he created. Or, there's so many Marcel Wanders and the round ball chandelier that we call Le Roi Soleil. And basically what his idea was is to take the classic Zenith chandelier and form it into a ball. And so to hear the stories of how things come to be from all these different artists has been really remarkable for me and quite fulfilling.
Well, it is. It's a whole nother piece. It's a whole nother layer that if you don't know it, I mean, you can still appreciate the beauty and the functionality and the elegance of the piece. But if you know the art behind it and the message and the vision, then it's complete. It's a full picture, and I love that.
Absolutely. And I think the beauty of Baccarat for me also is we all start to create our own stories.
Right.
So, whether it's a dinner party or your flowers or a chandelier that you have hanging in your house, whatever it is, you're creating stories around these pieces because they are classic and they are timeless and they're going to live forever.
Well, I
And
really like what you said about you realize that your luggage, and I can't remember the name of it.
Ramova,
Um, you realize that that was a valuable item, but you also wanted these beautiful Baccarat pieces, and those are you'll have those forever.
yeah,
Your luggage you can keep for a long time, and if it's good and it's quality, it endures. But your Baccarat, unless you smash it on the floor, you still have it. You still have those 6 goblets.
that's right. Yes, absolutely. They're Vega wine glasses, and now I think I have 10 of them. So I still use them. I love it.
That's so great.
Yeah, so I think, oftentimes you'll hear stories of people who say, oh, I got this from my grandmother, I got this in an estate sale, and it's because Baccarat lives forever.
Right.
So
that timelessness, and it's just a hallmark, really, of elegance and quality, and it's flawless. Let's be honest. It's,
absolutely.
I mean, in my humble opinion, it is flawless. And
Well, it's not an opinion, it's a fact.
okay,
Because we have a level of perfection, or a standard that one has to meet, and that standard is perfection. So we say, there's always imperfections. In Baccarat, there's no imperfection. There's nothing, no matter the price level, there's no such thing as a second, there's no such thing as allowed to be sent out with a flaw. If there's any sort of flaw in it, it gets destroyed and thrown back into the kiln, remelted, and used again.
good.
So no matter every butterfly and every chandelier, there's not an air bubble in it. There's nothing of imperfection. So it is perfect,
Flawless.
flawless,
Flawless.
absolutely flawless.
Well, that's very special. And I want to thank you, Jim, also speaking of special, for making that effort to wear a floral t-shirt. And, thank you.
Flower magazine.
Exactly. Well, we are honored to have spent this time with you, and I hope to be able to get to one of your soirees or one of your openings, or but my real dream would be to go to the factory.
It's an amazing experience.
Yeah. So when things open up again, I was supposed to go to France this summer. But maybe for me, the next time we'll include the Baccarat factory, and I'll get the joy of being able to see that created. So thank you. Thank, thank you for all you do to make the world more beautiful, Jim.
Bring harmony, Margot.
Okay. Hashtag bring harmony. You too, Jim.
Thank
Take
you so
care.
much. Stay well.